No, it's all good. Like we always get good feedback. People love it. Like kids love it.
Mhm.
It's almost like crack to them, which is great. I wish I could somehow
Tagline of the
capture
game: Our game is
that.
like crack.
I wish I could capture that, like capture their faces, just so I could
Mm,
show to like publishers or like other investors. There's something here. They
mm,
like it. And they always come back, which is good as well, because like there's so many different, and they come back to our game.
mhm,
Um, so like it's great. I love that.
mhm,
Um, Early on, like obviously we just learned certain things like okay, maybe they don't place or don't do that place. Even earlier still, like we quickly learned that kids can't move two sticks at once for like a camera, a movement.
mm,
So like that was early on. We fixed that real quick.
mhm,
Um, but no, yeah, everything we get back from events and expos is amazing.
mhm.
Like people love the game. It's good fun. I think the biggest thing is they just want more. Like they
Right.
want to play more and do more. Um, so yeah, it's a matter of doing that.
Mhm.
But like grants and investors and stuff like that, that's a whole nother thing.
Mhm.
I think we sort of get looked down for doing like a kids game or something because we're not doing some sort of pretentious art piece or something.
Right,
Um,
right.
that's probably just me being salty. Um,
No, I get what you're saying there, right? Like you've got a clear vision for a fun game, and
mm,
there's nothing wrong with the art PC games, but I have seen what a lot of some of the games I've seen get grant funding. I'm like, this is a cool game, but like there are other cool games that are like not just the artsy sort of trying to give like a very particular kind of message, a very like how I don't even know a good way to say it. Like
I know what you mean. Like they're just sort of like artistic statement pieces or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And with those, like for me, like they're not fun
Mm,
most of the time. Like some of them are, but like a lot of them are just fun.
mm, mm,
And like, what's the market? Like the market is a very niche demographic they're sort of catering to.
mm,
Whereas I just want to have fun. Like I want whoever's playing it to have fun, like
mm,
laugh, be happy.
mm,
Like I don't want you to think, like turn your brain off and
mm,
just
mm,
have
mm.
fun.
Yeah, I think with everything that I've seen from the game so far, like that's very clearly the goal in mind, and it's very clear when you it's very clear when a either an individual dev or a studio has a clear vision for the game and a clear direction,
Mm,
rather than just we don't really know what we've got like a general idea of a game we're trying to do, but we don't really have a core driving principle.
mm. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I think our principle is just, is it fun?
Mhm,
Everything we add and do, we just have to ask, is it fun?
mhm.
And if it's not, we don't bother. So like, I don't want to make anything tedious. I hate grinding games and stuff now. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm old and don't have time for stuff, but
You hate
I just want to have
grinding, and you
fun.
talked about playing an MMO.
Yeah, well, I'm addicted, so
Fair, understandable.
I've been playing that one for 10 years, if not
Okay,
11 now.
okay. You've got your one vice, and it's like I refuse to pick up another one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing my dailies every day, but
That's why I can't go back and play RuneScape again. Like I played the game for 7 years.
oh
Um,
yeah.
no, I'm
You
good.
know, you know, as soon as you play it again, you're hooked.
Yeah, yeah.
But I try and like allocate time. So if I do have another game, I'll just do my dailies on ESO and then I'll play the other game.
Right, right. But yeah, the fun. Like, have you ever seen that there's an interview with Gabe Newell when Half-Life 2 was being either released or not long after release, where he talked about fun was sort of one of the driving factors for Half-Life 2, and within the studio they had to come up with an idea of what does fun mean? Like, how do we define fun? If you've not seen it, it is a really even just that part of the interview is like it's really telling for what Valve like how Half-Life 2 became such a good
Yeah.
game and
Yeah.
like what they use to drive their developments. Like, oh, why are the barrels red? Is there a reason why they should be? No, but like it's something that sort of very clearly indicates that, and very like other things in the game,
Yeah.
like does this thing really make does this make sense in a realistic context? No, but I'm also playing a video game and I don't care if it's realistic. I care,
Yeah.
does this create an engaging system?
Yeah. Yeah. We do a lot of that in like a weird hybrid sense sometimes.
Mm,
Like our roads are obviously bigger than what an actual road would be
mm,
because you need to navigate a horse and cart and everything.
mm,
And
mm,
the controls aren't tight controls, they're pretty loose.
mm,
So like yeah, that's what we do with some of that. We just sort of make it accessible kind of
mm,
thing. And saying that as well, we also look at things. I'm just probably critical of some of the designers. Um, they might put something like, say, they got some test dummies, and then for some reason, grass. Why would you do that? If like if the soldiers are fighting, it should be low grass, not tall grass. Or like if this is a pathway, why is there like giant tree in the road or something?
mm,
Like
mm, mm.
it's those things I'll sort of critique and be like, it's got to be a bit more realistic. Like if it's near the shore, it should be sand, not vibrant grass or whatever.
Right. Right. It's there is a place for realism to create like a coherent world, right? Like you wouldn't put like an oak tree on the beach, right? This doesn't really make
Yeah,
any sense there. That
yeah,
environment, the palm tree, coconut tree sort of deal, like that fits a lot more with the vibe you're going.
yeah,
And there, if you have it from this like the go like the get go that there is going to be like this weird like things placed in weird locations and it's consistently done weirdly, like that can also work. But if something
yeah.
feels out of place, where everything else it makes sense why it's like this, but
Mm,
one thing is just a little bit off, that one thing is gonna immediately grab your attention.
yeah. And the other thing as well is like we'll do a whole bunch of things that people don't notice,
Mm,
but it's just a thing, like it's a feel.
mm,
Like they can't articulate it or find what it is, but like I think other people like the juice, but like you just do small things that they
mm,
won't know, but it makes a big difference with or without it. It's like
mm,
without it, they would say, oh, something's not quite right, but then with it, it feels much better. And they just don't know what it is, but it could just be something small that we've changed, like either on the UI or
mm,
even just on the road. Suddenly we've defined a bit more like a dirt between the road and the grass.
mm.
Little, it just adds that little bit of polish, which they wouldn't pick out like if asked, but
Right,
like subconsciously, like they know.
right. That can get a little bit. You can go a little bit too far with that, right? Where you start polishing things that only someone who is, either pixel peeping or they are like one of the other game devs is gonna
Yeah,
notice. And like it's good to have the idea of polish in mind, but it can also be something that it can take away from things that are more substantial changes. And
yeah.
you know, again, like you're
That's why
saying, with
these.
slightly moving the border of the road, right? Like
Yeah,
yes, but that's also something you can sort of mess with until the end of
yeah.
time.
That's why I think the expos and events act as like reality checks.
Mm-mm-mm.
So like, what do people actually see? What do they actually notice?
Right.
So like, yeah, certain areas if we spend all this time on it, they don't even see it. Well, we're stupid for spending all that time on it.
Mm-mm-mm.
But then other things that we like the player goes to and looks at, then yeah, sure, we might add a little bit more detail there.
Mhm.
And like other little things as well. When they notice, then it's like, oh wow, and it's like that little extra moment. They're like, oh,
Mm.
there's actually a lot more here than surface level. Like
Mm-mm.
there's a bit more. I think that adds value to it as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, finding that balance is tricky.
Right.